Mike Scully, Knoxville, Tennessee. So, for me personally, the opportunities I've always gravitated to, or businesses I've always gravitated to, is where I knew I could make money by just providing a service. It didn't rely on me being able to refer or promote or market or recruit or sell or sponsor, any of the above. All I simply had to do is provide a service, and I would get paid for my service or paid for my activity. And I feel that's the type of opportunity that most people, especially my friends and my family, will gravitate to. It passes the friends and family litmus test. I would never want to refer an opportunity to someone at church, for example, or just a friend or family member that needed to be able to recruit, sell, or sponsor. I want them to be able to have success no matter based on their efforts. And as you guys know, there is a plethora, a huge amount of opportunities out there. Social media, online, just look around, you'll see many different opportunities encouraging you to make money with their program or their company or whatever deal they're pushing. And that's great. There's a lot of great opportunities out there. But again, like I said, I like to get involved with programs where I know I can make money by providing a service. But more importantly, two things. I need to know how I can make money and how the money that I'm making is being made. And when I understand those two things, it becomes a no-brainer for me. I realize that there's an opportunity and that there is money to be made. And as many of you probably have seen, especially on social media here, right now is a great opportunity for you to obtain Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a digital cryptocurrency. It's the only crypto digital currency out there that's widely accepted as legal tender by most or a lot of Fortune 500 companies out there. You have Kmart, JCPenney's, Tiger Direct, Amazon, Starbucks, Subway. The list goes on. Just Google it and you'll see how many companies are already accepted as legal tender. And that's the most important thing to me. Because, what's the point of having a cryptocurrency, especially if it's rising up in value, if no one accepts that currency? You have the euro, the Japanese yen, the Great Britain pound, the US dollar, the Canadian, the Australian dollar. These currencies are widely accepted in those countries. And right now, Bitcoin is widely accepted worldwide. There's no boundaries. There's no central authority. So I encourage everybody, obtain as much Bitcoin as you possibly can right now. And unfortunately, for a lot of us, we're not unable financially to obtain a full Bitcoin, 2 Bitcoin, or even 4 Bitcoin. But what's nice when you find the right company such as Gladiacoin, you can possess yourself a lot of Bitcoin at a tenth, a third, a half, or even a full Bitcoin or even more. And that's what I like about programs like Gladiacoin. You might want to look into it. It's one of these programs where you simply go to an exchange or exchange your US dollars or whatever currency you have for Bitcoin, and you can turn around and take your Bitcoin and sell that Bitcoin to Gladiacoin. And Gladiacoin, based on their terms, they'll turn around and they'll provide you with your payment in the form of 2.2% per day over a 90-day period. So what we're really doing with Gladiacoin is we're selling our coin to Gladiacoin, and they're paying us in the form of 2.2%. It's not an investment. We're making a sale, and that's what they're paying us at. And that's what I like about the Gladiacoin, is the fact that I understand and know where that money's coming from. See, for anyone that's ever purchased Bitcoin, they know that there's an exchange rate. So you're going to go to a central exchange. Such as Coinbase, for example. If you go to Coinbase and you decide that you would like to convert your US dollars to Bitcoin, well, there's going to be an exchange rate. And that exchange rate will average anywhere from 3 to 7% based on the exchange you're going through. Some peer-to-peer charge 5 to 7, some even charge 10% per transaction. So for anyone that's ever purchased Bitcoin, they know there's that exchange rate or transaction fee per transaction. So you could easily understand how Gladiacoin is turning around and simply paying that 2.2% per day, because you've already experienced the fact that that money can easily be obtained per transaction. And see, guys, there's a lot of companies out there, a lot of people based on supply and demand that are looking to acquire Bitcoin because it is purely based on supply and demand. It's not manipulated like the current US markets are through news, through financial announcements, through different hedging techniques. It's not manipulated that way, and we know this because go to one exchange and you'll see the price of Bitcoin, and you'll go to another exchange and you'll see a different price. Well, there's a divergence in your price. There's a spread there, and that spread is because each exchange is purely basing their price on supply and demand. And that's another way that Gladiacoin makes their profit or makes their return that they pay us, is because they're doing something called arbitrage. And in simplest terms, you go to exchange A, they're selling a Bitcoin for $1,700 a Bitcoin. You go to exchange B, they're selling that Bitcoin for $1,720. Well, there's a $20 spread right there, or profit to be had if you're able to take advantage of that. So what they'll do is they'll buy at one place and turn around, sell at another. Buy low, sell high. That's the purest form of arbitrage. And there's profit to be made every single day, 24 hours a day, around the clock, guys. So if you're looking for Bitcoin, no matter what, I know there's other programs out there where you can make money with Bitcoin. Not exactly sure how they're making money. They say they're trading the money. I've been in enough of those trading programs to know that, where my money eventually ends up. But what's great about this is we know how the money's being made, and it's not an investment. They're simply just paying you for your Bitcoin. You sell your Bitcoin for them, and they'll send you back your payment over a 90-day period. The first 45 days, you end up flush for what you sold your Bitcoin for, and then over the next 45 thereafter, 2.2% per day, you're going to be up 100%. And I love that, because if you want to be passive and you don't want to refer anybody or recruit, the family and friends litmus test that I have, somebody can jump in, get involved, not refer a soul, and continue to make that money for selling their Bitcoin. That's why we love this program, is because they can do that, be successful. And then for the individuals that want to refer friends or family or whoever it may be, they can make a nice profit for doing that. You can make a commission from anywhere from 5 to 15%. So, want to find out more about Gladiacoin? You can join me on we do a live webinar every night, Monday through Thursday, and then we have a training call on Saturday.